From muddy cane juice to sparkling sugar crystals, tour the giant factory that transforms fresh-cut stalks into pure sweetness.
Today we're following one batch of fresh sugarcane all the way to shiny crystal sugar, step by step, inside the mill.
Every load is weighed and logged first. That ties this cane to a batch record all the way to packing.
We also check the cane, moisture, trash, and a quick sugar reading, so the process settings match the crop.
In the yard, the goal is steady feed. The mill runs best when cane flow stays even.
This conveyor rate is controlled. It prevents surges that can overload the shredders and mills. First, we wash off mud and sand. Clean cane means less wear and cleaner juice. This trap pulls out stones and grit. It's simple, but it saves the knives and mill rollers. Next, rotating knives cut the stalks into billets. That helps the shredders expose the sugar. Shredding opens the fiber. The more surface area we expose, the better the juice extraction. Now the milling tandem does the squeezing. These rollers pull the fiber through and press out raw cane juice. This is raw juice, still full of fine fiber and soil. We sample it here to track pH and solids.
We add imbibition water between mills. It rinses more sucrose out of the fiber without stopping the line.
The leftover fiber is bagasse. Instead of waste, it's fuel conveyed straight to the boiler system.
This bin meters bagasse into the boiler. That steam is what powers heating, evaporation, and crystallization.
Screening pulls out fine fiber. That keeps the heaters and clarifier from loading up with solids. We preheat the screened juice using steam. Warm juice clarifies faster and more consistently.
Milk of lime is prepared here and metered in. The goal is tight pH control before settling.
Lime and a small amount of flocculant mix in line. The pH probe confirms we're right on target. Many mills also add a clarification aid here, either sulfitation or phosphatation, to help color and ash drop out.
In the clarifier, the heavy stuff settles as mud. The clearer juice overflows to the next stage.
This overflow is our clarified juice. Cleaner here means fewer deposits later in the evaporators.
The underflow mud is thick. We pump it to filtration to recover as much sugar as possible.
This vacuum filter pulls liquid back out of the mud. The recovered filtrate goes right back into the juice stream.
Filtrate is recycled here. It boosts yield without sending solids back into the clarifier.
Next stop is evaporation. We remove most of the water, turning clarified juice into a thick syrup for boiling.
Evaporation is tightly controlled: temperature, vacuum, and bricks. Anti-scalant dosing helps protect the tubes.
Condensate is recovered and reused where possible. Stable steam traps keep the whole evaporator train efficient.
After the last effect, it's syrup, much thicker and higher bricks. We verify it before vacuum boiling. A final strain removes any last grit. Clean syrup helps grow uniform crystals in the pan.
Now we're at the vacuum pan. We'll pull vacuum, add syrup, and seed it to start growing crystal sugar.
We charge syrup under vacuum and control the flow. That keeps boiling stable and prevents foaming.
Vacuum lowers the boiling point. We watch temperature and vacuum together so the crystals grow, not burn.
This seed slurry is fine sugar crystals in syrup. A small dose gives the pan a clean start. Once seeded, we look for a clean grain, tiny crystals that stay evenly suspended in the pan. As crystals grow, we track concentration. The bricks trend tells us when we're nearing strike point.
What comes out of this pan is called massacade, crystals suspended in thick syrup. Next, we cool it for centrifuges.
At strike, we discharge the pan. The massicrete is thick, so everything here is enclosed and slow moving.
In crystallizers, we cool and gently mix the massicrete. That lets more sugar move from syrup onto crystals.
Cooling is controlled, not rushed. A steady temperature drop helps crystal growth and keeps the massicrete workable.
We pump the conditioned massicrete to centrifuges. Pressure stays controlled so we don't shear the crystals.
These centrifuges spin the massicrete. The syrup, molasses, drains out, and wet crystals stay in the basket.
The feed is timed and metered. That keeps the basket balanced and protects the bearings.
You can see separation happening. Crystals stay put, and molasses drains away to a closed header.
A short wash strips syrup off the crystal surface. It's a small amount. Too much would dissolve sugar.
This is where the sugar crystals finally separate. What drops out next is wet crystal sugar, ready for drying and cooling.
Wet sugar is discharged in a controlled stream to enclosed conveyors. Dust capture keeps the area clean and safe.
The liquid stream is molasses. It's collected in closed tanks for byproduct storage and loading. We meter wet sugar into the dryer. Even feed prevents scorching and keeps crystal size consistent. The drum tumbles crystals while heated air pulls moisture out. We monitor temperature so sugar doesn't discolor. After drying, the sugar is free-flowing. We move it straight into cooling so it won't sweat in storage.
The cooler drops sugar to a stable temperature. That prevents caking and keeps crystals bright.
Greening keeps crystal size consistent. Overs are handled separately, so only one clean grade moves forward.
Magnets catch any stray ferrous metal. Inspections are done with the line isolated and locked out.
Metal detection is verified routinely. If anything triggers, a diverter sends it to a sealed rework bin.
From here, sugar is pneumatically conveyed to silos. Cyclones and filters keep dust contained.
Each silo is labeled and tracked. Scanning the batch tag helps prevent any wrong routing before packing.
The lab checks moisture and color before release. That's what keeps the sugar stable and consistent. After release, packing starts here. The line pulls sugar from the silo and weighs each bag automatically. The net weigher measures the exact fill. Once it hits target, a gate drops sugar to the bagging spout. The bag is clamped, filled, then released to the conveyor. Dust skirts and extraction keep the fill point clean.
Filled sacks are closed automatically. Sewing keeps the seal strong for transport and storage. Every sack is check weighed. If it's out of spec, the line diverts it to a closed rework area.
The coder prints the batch and timestamp. That ties each bag back to the cane and the lab release.
Labels are applied automatically. We run one SKU at a time, so every bag matches the same product stream.
Conveyors space the bags for palletizing. Sensors prevent jams and keep the line moving smoothly.
The palletizer stacks bags in a repeatable pattern. Safety fencing keeps people separated from the robot cell.
Between layers, slip sheets help keep the stack stable and reduce bag shifting during transport.
Completed pallets roll out automatically. Sensors make sure the pallet is centered before wrapping starts.
Stretch wrapping locks the load together. Film tension and wrap count are set so bags don't shift.
This pallet label is the last traceability link. One scan connects the finished goods back to the process batch.
Finished pallets are staged in the warehouse. From here, they're loaded out by batch and customer order. Molasses is the main byproduct. It's stored in tanks and loaded in closed lines for shipment. Bagasse powers the boiler. The steam it generates drives heaters, evaporators, and the vacuum pans.
Ash is handled in closed equipment.
Dust control and PPE are critical in this area.
Final checks confirm crystal look and dryness. If it pours clean and stays bright, it's ready to ship. Shipping is all about control. Secured trailers, clear zones, and careful forklift moves to protect the load.
In this plant, everything is connected. Extraction, clarification, evaporation, crystallization, then drying and packing.
It starts with clean, steady cane feed, washed and prepared so the mills can extract juice efficiently. Roller mills squeeze out raw juice, and the leftover bagasse heads to the boiler to make steam. Then we clarify the juice. Careful pH control and settling remove impurities before evaporation. Multiple effect evaporators remove water efficiently, turning clarified juice into high brick syrup. In the vacuum pan, we seed syrup and grow crystals under controlled boiling. Centrifuges spin out molasses and leave wet crystals, which are then washed and discharged to drying.
Drying removes moisture, and cooling keeps it stable, so the sugar stays free-flowing in bags.
Screening, magnets, and metal detection protect the final product before it goes into silos and packing. Finally, automated bagging weighs, fills, and seals each sack, keeping one consistent sugar grade end to end.
And that's the full path, from fresh cane to crystal sugar. The key is control at every step, from juice quality to packing.
Good crystal sugar is dry, uniform, and free-flowing. That shine comes from clean crystal faces and low moisture. Every bag shows the same SKU label and a readable batch code. That's what makes traceability work in real life. No matter the scale, the basics stay the same. Clean handling, tight control, and consistent packing, from cane yard to truck. Water is managed like any other utility. Strainers and labeled headers keep spray systems consistent and equipment protected. Steam quality depends on feed water treatment. These dosing pumps control corrosion and scale inside the boiler.
This is the steam backbone. Insulation, pressure control, and traps keep heat where it belongs, inside the process.
Antiscalant is dosed in tiny amounts, but it makes a big difference. It helps keep evaporator tubes from scaling up.
Cleaning connections are built in, but they're only used under lockout and permit. No open equipment on a running line.
The vacuum system keeps the pan boiling at a lower temperature. Stable seal water and vacuum levels matter here. Crystallizers run slow, but they run constantly. Basic lubrication checks prevent vibration and protect crystal quality.
Centrifuges are monitored continuously. If vibration rises or an interlock trips, the machine stops safely.
All normal.
Dry sugar dust is controlled with collection and ventilation. The goal is clean air and safe operation around fine solids.
We also verify readability. If a code can't be read, the line can divert that bag without stopping production.
Conditioned air helps keep sugar dry in storage. Controlling humidity reduces caking before it ever reaches bagging.
Bag quality matters too. Incoming packaging is checked and controlled, so labels and dimensions stay consistent.
Bags are loaded with lift assist. It reduces strain and keeps hands away from the moving magazine mechanism. We verify the check weigher with certified weights. It's done with the conveyor stopped, no shortcuts.
Film changes are done in maintenance mode. The wrapper stays stopped so the roll can be mounted and threaded safely. Inventory is scanned by location and pallet ID. That prevents shipping the wrong batch and keeps traceability intact. Shipping uses both paperwork and barcode scans. The pallet ID is verified again right before it's loaded. Molasses is tested too. Viscosity and solids checks help control storage, pumping, and customer specs.
Bagasse moisture is monitored for the boiler. Consistent fuel moisture helps keep steam pressure steady.
Boiler emissions are monitored continuously. The system confirms combustion stays stable and within operating limits. Simple habits keep the plant safe.
right PPE, controlled access, and clear separation between process and packing zones. By this point, the sugar is stable and uniform. From the silo to the bagger, we keep it enclosed and consistent.
From cane reception to crystallization and packing, it's all one controlled flow. That's how you get clean, shiny sugar.
One last check. Same label, same batch code format, and the same product all the way through.
This pallet ID is what the warehouse tracks. It's scanned at storage, staging, and again at the dock. Uniform crystal size and low moisture are what make sugar pour clean. That's the finish we're aiming for.
A strong close matters. The seam has to survive handling without leaking sugar or pulling open.
Before loading, we confirm the basics: dock lock engaged, chock set, and clear zones. Then pallets move. Everything you saw, controls, checks, and utilities, supports one thing: consistent sugar quality at industrial scale.
Thanks for watching. That's how fresh sugarcane becomes crystal sugar. Cleanly, safely, and with tight control all the way.